Today we're going to show you a way that you can play slots on your iPad, plus I'm going to show you a cool desk, a new accessory that I got for this week.
This episode brought to you by Dine.com.
Hey everybody, Jeffrey Powers here. Welcome to iPad 365, the show where we look at apps to keep your iPad aplay. It is Friday and it's a fun day, so we're going to do some fun apps. I've actually thought about this app time and time again, and I really didn't want to promote any type of gambling or anything like that, but I was talking to a friend and they said, and just put out the disclaimer. So if you have a gambling problem, you might want to not go for this app. Maybe this will help you. I don't know. But of course, consult with your friends and of course your counselors for your addiction to make sure that this is okay. So before we get into that, first of all, the Twitter handle is iPad365. You can tweet me there and tell me what show you like, what episode you like. We have 223 episodes now. I think that's the episode number. We're on 223. And of course, we're going to do a lot more. And of course, the email is show@ipad-365.com. Show@ipad-365.com. Hey, speaking of show, I want to show you this. As you can see, the monitor might look a little bit closer, and that's because my friends at OmniMount, who I met at CES, they came out and they said, hey, we're going to get you a desk. And I go, well, I've got the Geek Bar. And they go, no, we got something better. We've got an OmniMount sit-stand desk. And I was going, what? And they go, well, it's an Ergotron. I think it's called the D-Series Ergotron. And basically what it is a desk that raises and lowers. So watch this. Right now I have it at about hip length. So I could actually lower this. So I could get this completely out of the frame. And just enough to put the monitor in. So take a look at that. You can see the monitor down there. I could actually be talking. You'll see my full body. If you don't want to see my body, I could lift this thing all the way up. And I could be talking like this. Of course, the monitor is getting completely washed out by my lights, but you can see the idea and you can see what I can do. So if I want to show you something a little bit up close and personal, I can do it from here. And of course, I can lower it down to regular height so you can see everything, including no glare on the monitor there. There we go. Now, it's not electronic. There's no crank. You actually have a little lever right here, and you got to lift it up and pull it down, which helps, you build some muscle here. Of course, the idea is so you can stand while you work, so your legs get a little bit stronger, so you're not sitting all the time, which is one of those things that us as IT professionals, as social media professionals, we do a lot of. So I'm switching it up. I'm going to actually be moving computers over here. So right now, this is the basic setup. I'm going to have more here as we go. And of course, I still have my regular setup here. So check it out. It's over at omnimount.com. I did a little video over on YouTube just showing you the ability of the OmniMount. Of course, it's got a keyboard tray, and I'm also standing on the Ergotron mat, which makes things a little bit more comfy as I'm going. But I also have a chair right here if I want to sit down. All right, let's take a look at this. Gambling is a problem, and I know just this last couple days they had that big thing in New Jersey where Chris Christie had signed the bill to allow more on-site online gambling so they can actually build more revenue in New Jersey, which is great for New Jersey. There's a lot of states that don't even allow gambling, like lotteries and stuff like that. So, and then of course everything's limited. Like for instance, here in Wisconsin, we have our regular lotteries that are run through the state. We have the casinos that are on Indian reservations, and that's pretty much it. Anything else is kind of on a boundary, and you could lose like in a bar or something like that. You have those little slot machines. But if you want to gear up for going to Las Vegas or Atlantic City, maybe you just don't want to spend that much money and you want to actually play some slot machines. Well, this one is an interesting one. It's called Slotomania, and it's a slot machine by Playtika Limited. And the cool thing about this is you can play, and there are ways that you can get coins where you don't have to pay, and you can continue to play and get slot machines. Here's how it works. You start with the first one, which is called Farm Fortune. As you can see, I've actually unlocked a few other slot machines from here. So we're going to start with Farm Fortune. We'll bring that up. As you can see, a nice cow playing slot machines, and that brings up the Farm Fortune. Now, what you do is you have your bet lines, you have the number of lines that you want to bet, and of course how much you're going to bet on that. So right now I have $142 in my balance. So 9 lines is what you can bet in this game, and of course the bet's at 25 cents. So I can push that up to 50 cents or $1. So the total bet is $9. I want to do all 9 lines, so I'll hit max lines, and of course it'll spin for me. And I didn't win on that spin, so I'll spin again, just like with a Vegas style slot machine. I'll continue going. It looks like I won. I got $5 out of that, so I'll continue to spin from there. From Farm Fortune, on the top you'll see the little bar there, and as you go you'll get more experience points. Once you get to the next level, then it unlocks the next game. Now the few games that we have here, we have Farm Fortune, then Bubble Rumble, and then Civil Treasures, and then Slotomania, Forest of Magic, and then Vikings, so on and so forth. So let's go up to Forest of Magic. As you'll be able to see, as the games get to the next level, the lines there'll be more lines in it, and of course there will be a higher bet. So like for instance, where that was 25 cents for 9 lines, this one is going to be 24 lines for a bet of $5, which goes to a bet of $120. So we'll do the max lines, and of course I don't have enough money, so what it did was it figured out it'll bet me at $2 for 24 lines. And as you can see, I won on that one, which won me $20. Plus there's some other options. There's 2 parts. There's a bonus round, and then there's a thing called the bonus spins, which you get about 5 bonus spins, which you can win even more spins within those spins. So you can get a lot of extra coinage on there. Plus, if you go back to the lobby, here's where you get the extra coins. Down here you'll have the special bonus. You just hit collect now, and then of course that'll collect the special bonus for you, and you'll have more money to play slot machines with. You can actually use real money to buy coins to play the slot machines, and of course if you connect to things like Facebook, they'll give you more coins, and if you promote the game a lot more, they'll give you more coins, so on and so forth. That's usually how all those games work. So pretty cool game. I love the gameplay. It feels just like a regular slot machine. So if you don't want to throw in $20, $50, $100 into a slot machine and just have some fun for a couple hours, grab out your iPad. Check it out. It's called Slotomania by Playtika, and it's in the App Store, and it's absolutely free. We all want faster internet. We don't want bottlenecks. We don't want traffic spikes. We want to get to those web pages. When we go to a web page, we're there. We want to get on, we want to get off. Because I control multiple web pages, I can actually see the actual amount of time that people spend on geekazine.com, on dorkazine.com, on iPad-365.com. And you want those numbers to be higher. So the faster that people can get onto your website, the more that time they'll spend, and the slower that they'll get off the website. And that's why you need to not have your site bottleneck. That's where Dyn.com comes in. With outsourced DNS, you can make sure that people can get to your websites just like the big boys. Companies like Twitter, Zappos, Netflix, and more. And they keep their services up and traffic from not bottlenecking. They've got global traffic management, load balancing, and active failover for you to watch, so you know where the problems are and fix them. They do that for over 4 million customers. Here's another way to speed up your website. Get your email system off of your website. That way it's on Dyn's system. You've got all these great little extra options such as secure email, bulk email, and high volume mailbox services. So simply, you can get a faster internet by using Dyn for DNS. How do you do that? Well, check it out. Go over to Dyn.com, dyn.com/podcast30 to find out more. When you're ready to check out, all you have to do is use that promo code podcast30, and that'll get you 30% off. That's all over at Dyn.com, dyn.com/podcast30. All right, a little programming note. Next week, I actually booked it. I didn't realize I booked that I'm leaving on Wednesday instead of Thursday, which I was planning. But that's okay, because there's still a whole ton of stuff that happens next week. South by Southwest, the big festival down in Austin, Texas. I'm going down there. with my friends. Friends are sponsoring me over at Red Touch Media. You can go over to redtouchmedia.com and find out a little bit more about that company. But we're going to go down. I'm going to take the camera down. I'm going to do interviews. I'm going to do the nightlife. We're going to boogie, and we're going to have a lot of fun over at South by Southwest. So, little programming note here. We'll probably have a Monday show, maybe a Wednesday show, depending on if I get all my stuff done, because I'm going to have a very short time to get all my podcasts together, including Day in Tech History, and then, of course, Geek Smack, which I do every single Tuesday. And then, of course, the Friday and then the following Monday and Wednesday, we will not have iPad 365 episodes, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to find some cool iPad apps in the interactive version of South by Southwest that I'll show and I'll share with you guys as soon as I get back. In the meantime, check out all the other episodes of iPad 365. We've got 222 other ones, so there's a lot of apps to keep your iPad play. That's it. If you want to Twitter me, go ahead and do that. My Twitter handle, once again, is iPad365. And then, of course, the email is show@ipad-365.com. Once again, I'd like to thank the guys over at OmniMount and for setting me up with this great desk and monitor arm. We'll be back on Monday when we'll show you another business app. We'll do that. It will be another episode of iPad 365. I will still be Jeffrey Powers, and hopefully you'll still be sitting there or standing there and watching the show. Thanks a lot for watching. You guys geek out.
You should follow Graphite on Twitter @GraphiteINC.